Yo, people, and welcome to another NFL episode. What week are we at, my brother?
16. I think this was week 16. Yes.
Yes, two more. Aye, flipping out, they're coming in thick and through. Aye, some great games. And we're going to start off with arguably the best two teams in the NFL who happen to be in the same conference and the same division.
Mhm.
Thursday night game in Seattle, the Seahawks got revenge against the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes, they did. And in true, I don't even know what fashion to call it, but Thursday Night Football has had some serious games as of recent. And I think this might be the best game we're getting this season.
Hmm.
Two juggernauts going at it. You saw what the Rams, you saw what the Rams could do. And I felt like the Rams should have actually probably won the game off of just pure. If you listen and watch stats only, you go, the Rams should have won this game by like 15, 20 points.
Hmm.
But then when you watch the game and you see the madness that happened in the game and the craziest 2 point conversion you'll probably ever see,
Bro,
um, just some decisions, the fact that they went for it on the 2 point to win instead of kicking the field goal to tie. Um, yeah, great performance from the Seahawks, great performance from the Rams. It was one of them games where you're like, bro, both teams played well. Whoever had the ball last was going to probably win the game. And it
hmm
happened to be in the Seahawks' hands. They went for two to win it, and they did. And that's why I put the Seahawks now in a position where I believe they can do something. Obviously, Sam
hmm
Darnold last year in the postseason wasn't great, but I feel like he's in the right environment. He's got the right receivers around him, the right head coach who's been in those situations with the Ravens as a coordinator. I feel like this year the Seahawks they're special. And the Rams now, they if they don't win a division, where they go? Who are they playing against first? You get what I mean?
Well, if they can stay, I say stay, because obviously the 49ers are on
Yeah.
their tail.
Yeah.
Um, right now, the Rams are the fifth seed, so they'll play the winner out of the Panthers or the Bucks, but
So it's five.
in Carolina or Tampa Bay.
That's
Um,
right now, though.
yeah, as it stands. So right now they'll play the Panthers.
But really and truly, if the 49ers, which we're thinking are going to win tonight, then the 49ers will have.
I think they've got the tiebreaker over them, or the divisional tie. They drew in games. I don't know if they have the divisional tiebreaker, so I'm not sure.
Right.
Um, and then it's a weird one actually, because if I'm not mistaken, the 49ers have the. Oh no, the Seahawks are 12-3. I thought for a minute, I thought the 49ers will equal the Seahawks record. They'll just equal the Rams record.
Mm.
Um, and obviously they're playing each other on the final game of the season. Because I know the Seahawks' next two games are the Panthers and then the 49ers. 49ers got the Colts tonight. I forgot next week, and then the Seahawks, and then the Rams got the Cardinals, and I like to say Falcons, Cardinals.
Okay, so the Rams got the easiest strength of schedule going into the last two games, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's it could be dependent on your Panthers if they beat the Seahawks next week. Like
Yeah.
that division is flipping crazy. So because the two teams in that division are basically going to get the fifth and sixth seeds at this rate.
Right. But they'll probably be favorites going into the games, regardless of who they're playing against the one seed, unless it's the Bears.
Yeah, because right now Chicago are the two seed,
Yeah,
and then Philly are the three seed.
exactly. But I'd probably off of performance and the way people are performing. Obviously, you don't want to go into Philadelphia, which you're going to have to. Well, someone's going into Philadelphia. Someone's probably going into Chicago as it stands. That's where you're going to be. You need the one seed in that division because you don't want to go into any of those places just
Mm,
because of weather and the way they're playing. Even though you could be playing well as well, but
mhm.
Seattle, you see the crowd how they got on their side. The 12th man, the 13th man, the crowd was everything. You saw the momentum flip, and they got pressure on Stafford, and when they got pressure on Stafford, and they decided to cause mistakes out of him. Well, not even mistakes, just he couldn't get them into a range to not punt. That's when, like,
Yeah,
so I
but
feel
it's
like yeah, time that would be a key factor too.
again the flip side is like you said at the beginning, the Rams should have won because they did have a two score lead on them, and then like you said, the craziest 2 point play we've ever seen. And I think there's still controversy on that because a lot of people had said if the Rams picked up the ball, the refs had already kind of blown the whistle.
They
So
didn't do it, did though.
if the Rams now picked up the ball and took it for a 2-point for them, I think everyone knows the refs wouldn't have given the like everyone would have just automatically said, "Oh yeah, it's a dead ball." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think the Rams would. I think if the Rams just picked the ball up, I don't think that anyone had the guy that picked the ball up. I can't remember his name.
Charbonnet, if I'm not
Charbonnet.
mistaken.
He didn't even know. He just picked the ball up and threw
Yeah,
it to the referee. So I feel that the Rams would have done the same thing, pick the ball up, throw it to the referee. I don't think anyone would have picked it up and taken off running. Now we'll probably see people do it because of that game and seeing
some
that.
people did it on the on yesterday's games.
Yeah, you would do.
And we we know it's a dead ball, but they still did it. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's definitely true. And I think the game actually flipped on the punt, return, touchdown. That's when the game flipped.
And from that, the Rams special teams coordinator got sacked.
Yes. They're not
That's
messing around
the
anymore.
third, if I'm not mistaken, that's the third. Is it the third punt return they've given up this season? I might be wrong, but it's special teams haven't been good for the Rams this season anyway.
They're not messing around over there, man. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. They're not taking no nonsense. If you mess up, you're out the door. So I can see the Rams being. I can see why the Rams are how they are and where they are. Stafford is still the MVP, no matter what anyone's telling me.
Bro, that was one of the best performances of the season. Like, even though the Seahawks made him punt the last couple drives, still, one, they've got a top 5 defense. So, like, the thing that I don't like what people do is, oh, Stafford didn't convert in those moments. The flip side is, bro, the Seahawks got one of the best defenses in the league. Stafford put up 459 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers.
What more do you want him to do?
That was a sublime. Like, for me, in a loss, that still stamped MVP, regardless of what the others were going to do.
Yeah, and I don't think the others proved enough this weekend to even the others in the race anyway did anything to push Stafford off of the hill. I know Drake May went into Baltimore and beat the Ravens, but boy, we've seen everyone do that this year. So it's like, you get what I mean. And Josh Allen, he didn't actually do much against the Browns.
He didn't do nothing.
James Cook did everything. And do you get what I mean? And the defense. So yeah. But Seattle show real good signs going into the playoffs. I feel like the Panthers will get them next week just because that's my team, so we're getting them next week.
We know who you're picking.
Yeah.
On one, how do you feel that much of a moment was for Sam Darnold? And then 2, who do you think needed the win anymore? Who do you think needs the 1 seed more anyway, the Rams or the Seahawks?
The moment for Sam Darnold, I think it may go down as one of the career-defining moments because it's one of the big games where you're like, you need him most. Obviously, last year, in the same type of game, in terms of like the Vikings versus the Lions, end of the season kind of thing, you need to have it game. You get what I mean? It was kind of similar to that, but this year he needed to have it, and they've had it, and it's against the best quarterback in the NFL this season. So.
And the Rams defense is very good as well. And the game wasn't going good for Darnold until basically the fourth quarter.
Yeah, turnovers.
It was kind of a same old Sam Darnold in a big matchup. Then, voila.
He turned on, and that's credit to all the receivers around him as well, and all his running game, his special teams. And I feel like Seattle needed the game more. I think the Seahawks need to be at home.
Yes.
I've seen the Rams go on the road and win games. I've seen them go into Philadelphia. I trust Stafford more than I do Sam Darnold. So I believe in the Rams more than I believe in the Seahawks because I've seen the Rams do it and they've won a Super Bowl with this quarterback, with not players that are there right now, but with this same head coach. And they've got experienced veterans on their team. So the Seahawks definitely needed it more. They need the 1 seed more anyway. If they have to go on the road to the Chicagos, the Philadelphias, am I giving them the favorite shout? Probably not. Where if it's the Rams, I'm saying to myself, if the Rams go into Chicago, I trust Stafford more than I trust Caleb.
Yeah.
He played in Detroit. Do you get what I mean? He's played in these places all the time. I know Detroit play in the Dome, but Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. But for the Rams, I feel like they still, if they get the 1 seed somehow, like home field advantage is massive for them because playing, obviously, like you said, Stafford can win on the road. He's done it. He can win in the cold, etc. But if he's playing at home on turf in the warmth at his age as well, like he can just continue this MVP form. Like the way Matthew Stafford's playing quarterback right now is one of the highest level of quarterback that I've seen in a very long time because he's not using his legs at all. I think he's even in the minus for rushing. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like I saw stats and he's in the minus for rushing. But bro, over 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with what, 2 games left?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Like the arm talent is the best in the NFL right now. Like just spinning the ball, the no look passes. I was in awe of Stafford's performance.
Yeah, I think it's been the best for. I think the arm talent's been the best for a while. I think Aaron Rodgers has been. He's still got it, but he's been falling off the last like 3 years.
Yeah.
But I think Stafford was always like up there, close to him anyway. So, yeah, man, the Rams are good anyway. As much as they lost the game and they probably didn't want to lose the game, they're gonna be their playoff team. We're gonna see.
It's like they lost it from that slight lack of constant. They lost it themselves, if that makes sense, more than the Seahawks. Not to discredit the Seahawks or take anything away because they took it, but it's like the Rams just kind of took their foot off the gas. But then the flip side is, like we said, the Seahawks, they're a great all-around team. They can flip the switch where, yo, let's get stops. And they did it as well.
Yes. Yep.
Boy, that was, like you said, arguably game of season. 2 real contenders, both different kind of teams in their own way, but so effective in what they do. So it's going to be a very interesting finish in that division and for the overall 1 seed in the conference. The Saturday games, obviously, Eagles Commanders, we don't need to touch upon that too much, but the Eagles did what they needed to do. Hurts, very good game. Initially, I was thinking, the Commanders are going to make a go of this. Then just kept on going downhill. Mariota got hurt. When Mariota got hurt, I was like, yeah, this game's done. But it was a good confidence booster for the Eagles. Like AJ Brown, another good game. Saquon, he's starting to have these games again.
Good momentum going into playoffs. I feel like it's a perfect build up for them for what they need anyway. Like they've cemented their spot in the playoffs now, so it's a case of if you need people to get rested right now, they can get rested. They're winning the division. They have a home game regardless. They know they're not winning the division. They know they're not winning literally the NFC. So it's like, okay, cool. What can we get out of these next 2 games? Everyone's healthy going into the playoffs. Try and get Lane Johnson back fully fit. Do you get what I mean? Not fully fit, but healthy to the point where he can be on the field playing consistently with problems and then push on from there. But yeah, I think just a good momentum building game for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Old man Graham's come out of retirement. He's got, I think 3 sacks in 2 games.
More than the whole damn Ravens side.
Yeah, I think the leading sack for the Ravens, he's on 3.5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, nonsense team.
I was like, yo. Another team that got revenge in their division from a couple weeks ago in unprecedented fashion with the loopy kick. What are the kicks called again?
Onside kick.
Onside kicks. There we go. The Chicago Bears beating the Packers. Like another one. What a game! What an ending, and just what an overall game. Obviously, unfortunately, Jordan Love got hurt, but Malik Willis, where he's put his name in the hat to become a starting quarterback next season.
I was thinking about this, because I've seen him a few times this year, and every time I've seen him, I'm like,
even last year for them as well.
But he's more than a serviceable backup. And I'm looking at him like, if some teams had him as a starter or just trusted in him, he's better than Geno right now. If the Raiders had him, they'd have more than bloody 2 wins. Right? I'm thinking right now. Do you get what I mean? It's a sort of quarterback that, this might sound mad, but the Browns have used as like a stopgap quarterback, or the Vikings, for instance, have used as one, like a Case Keenum that managed to start. I feel like he's got more talent than that. I feel like he could actually make a career like Geno had made in the NFL.
Or maybe even like a Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Just literally have one good season as a backup. But if you're backing up these super duper stars, you're probably not playing much. But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you might probably play this week against the Ravens. And then we'll see. But Caleb Williams, man, he came to the game to party. He came to the party. He literally delivered.
Yeah, in the fourth, well, towards the end of the game.
Yeah, when it mattered most.
Yeah.
When it mattered most, he delivered. The Chicago Bears-Packers rivalry is back alive, and you kind of felt that watching the game. That was what the main thing I took from it. The rivalry's back. We don't have two nonsense teams that aren't, well, one nonsense team and one superior team. We have two very good sides going up against each other. So I enjoyed the dynamics of the game. Again, the Bears, we've spoken about them enough. They just win. They're figuring out ways to win, and I feel like again, and I feel like have they clinched their division yet?
No.
They haven't clinched it yet?
No, they are 11-4, and the Packers are 9-5-1.
But the Packers can still not make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, they've got a high right now on the playoff picture. Their probability is at 93%
to make it.
Yeah, because the Lions are a game and a half back on them. But remember, they beat the Lions back to back.
Yeah, but if they have to lose out and the Lions have to win out.
Yeah, basically. And the Packers, I know they got the Ravens next. I can't remember their final game. Their final game's away at the Vikings.
But that's my thing. That's my thing. Think about it. The Ravens, although they probably won't have Lamar, they need to win. So it'll be backup versus backup quarterback, because I don't think Jordan Love's playing if he went out for a concussion. They've lost Micah Parsons.
But you know what, yeah? In the game, the Packers, like, their resilience, actually, not in a rude way, their resilience surprised me. I didn't think they were actually good, like, all around. And we thought, like, from Micah's injury, even the other injuries, like, obviously Christian Watson was able to play, but we just thought the way they lost last week's game, they were deflated. I thought it will carry on into this week. And it did not look that way, like. And again, once Jordan Love got injured, Malik Willis came in and played even better than him.
Yeah.
So, but it's just, as great as he played, Chicago stepped up. The whole team stepped up when it really mattered. Obviously, again, the onside kick, that luck, it rarely happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's true, because the Packers have themselves to blame, though, because they can't be up by that many points with literally such small time to go. And it's happened before this season. The Browns game. Like, they've squandered leads where, you take those losses and make them wins. You are now leading
where their defense is playing so good.
Yeah. And you do that, you're now leading the division, probably leading the conference. If you take away those silly losses, because I'm going to class it as a silly loss, regardless. Do you get what I mean? You take away 3 of those silly losses, you add on 3 wins, you're now 12-3.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And you're literally going, okay, cool. It could be us going for the 1 seed. Now you're sitting there thinking, boy, we have to win next week. And we have to win the next week after that. Because if we lose 2 and the Lions win 2, boom, you're out, they're in. And then you're going to really start rethinking, what are we doing next season? Are we keeping him out of the floor? I think you should, definitely. I love him as a head coach.
Yeah.
But you're now going to start looking at things like, okay, we signed Micah, injury, Jordan Love. We don't know. He's always injured. He's not even always injured, but he is to some extent always hurt. And you paid him his money. So you're going to start looking at the Packers like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I agree with you. But again, they're what? I know they're the youngest team in the NFC. I think they're still the youngest team in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. But they've got experience. Like, their young players have experience. So, like, them going on the road isn't as bad as a thing for them compared to other teams, because they've been there. It's just they just need to be healthy. If they were fully healthy and they went on the road, I'd pick them favorites in a lot of games, innit? But obviously they're not fully healthy. So
we saw Jordan Love in his first year starting go on the road, kill the Cowboys, should have beaten the 49ers. you get what I mean? That year, I felt like that was going to be that the run like Aaron Rodgers had, where they just a surprise. You know, when Aaron Rodgers won it, it's
Mhm.
a surprise kind of run for you. But it looked that way. It looked like everything was just padding out in the same of these Packers careers, Packers quarterbacks careers. Um, but no, I like Jordan Love. I just think, week to week he's not consistent enough, and then the injuries happen.
Yeah. To be fair, the last couple of weeks he's been high level. He
Yeah.
has been high level. That Micah injury, man. Because even if they were on the road and they just if they sneaked in as a 7th seed, but Micah was healthy, the offensive, obviously, Tucker, is it Tucker Craft that done his ACL a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, or at least a month ago? Like, everyone bar him. If everyone was there bar him, like their main players, I'd still feel confident about them going on the road to practically anyone in the NFC. But yeah, just now it's just like they're laboring in. You don't know who's going to be healthy for them. So, but yeah, it's an interesting win, massive win for Chicago. Like you said, it was that fourth quarter and overtime was like Caleb's had good moments anyway. He's been so clutch in these moments, but it was more of a coming out like I am your franchise quarterback now, without a doubt. Like there's no more arguments. And again, credit to Ben Johnson, man. Hell of a job.
100%. 100%.
Hell of a job. You just mentioned the Cowboys. I mean, bro, Dak's had another good game. He's had a very good season in this losing team. But Herbie, Justin Herbert, has finally had a good game that he hasn't had in weeks. What a game from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers in general, just once they got their stops on the Cowboys, they dismantled them. Great performance from the Chargers.
Yeah, not much else to say, not much else to add. Justin Herbert, he's showing us why he's paid and why his talent is this. Um the Cowboys, bro, I don't know what they're on half the time, bro. Their defense is an absolute farcical nonsense. Yeah, that we've seen it so many times. You can't have an offense and no defense because we see it with the Bengals. We've seen it with the Cowboys. We've seen it with the Ravens to some form of that this year. We've seen it with the Chiefs. Like, it doesn't matter who your quarterback is, how good your quarterback plays. If you don't have a defense, your team is finished. So that's what this year for the Cowboys. That's what they should reflect on, look at, and go into the summer. And I know you made some changes, but really make some moves on the defensive end and pay George Pickens.
Yeah, well, I mean, had another 100+ yard game. So it's tight though. If they pay him, they're just gonna have to try and draft well defensively by the looks of it.
This is you're right. You're right.
But
But
they paid quite a few guys if you think about it.
yeah, they have to be fair. But
Because Overshown got paid, was it this summer? Bland got paid, was it last summer or this summer? Obviously, Diggs got paid a couple years ago. He's on a long-term deal.
I think they're trading him.
Who Diggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they got to trade a lot of the back end now and just refresh the back end because you know what? They are actually getting pressure. Their new front five can get pressure on the quarterback. You get what I mean? If you get a draft pick in there and then you just trade away that whole disgraceful back end you've got right now, because they're being paid quite a lot of money. So you can try and get some pieces, I feel like if you speak to, and this might sound mad, but you speak to a Cleveland, they're all susceptible to do something silly. Do you get what I mean? You speak to one of those organizations, try and get, I'm just hypothetically saying, try and get a Denzel Ward. It ain't going to happen. But
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
so try and get someone, a real, true number one cornerback, someone, a free safety, a linebackers. The whole defense needs to be revamped, but, trying to do it halfway through the season ain't going to help.
Hey. So Jerry thought trading my car, but we've had this conversation. Micah masks the deficiencies of that defense because there was a stat that showed when he was on the field, they were the best defensive team, like in that duration. And then when he was off the field, they were the worst defensive team in the league. And then now they just haven't got him. So yeah, but
Like LeBron on the Cavs.
Yeah, literally that, literally that. But back to the Chargers. It seems like they're starting to get healthy again. Obviously, O-line still near enough miss it, like in terms of their main guys, but the overall, their running backs are coming back. Their receivers are healthy. Herbert, like I've said, had a great game, one of his best games of the season as well. And their defense is for real. They've been a quiet, great defense this year.
Yeah.
And they're still on for the 1 seed as well
Yeah.
in the AFC West because they've got the Broncos. If they beat the Broncos on the final game of the season, they got the tiebreaker on them. So it's Harbaugh. This Harbaugh, he's doing a hell of a job.
Jim, say his name right. Jim, not John.
You're right, Jim. Jim Harbaugh, you're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah. John, we don't know what you're on.
I hear it still. But Chargers, these AFC, bloody hell, my division's getting tougher, bro. But we'll talk about that this summer. Giants, Vikings. The only thing to state in this game is JJ McCarthy. He may be very injury prone.
I don't think it's a discussion anymore. It's not May. He's very injury prone. We're bigging him up last week, and this week, boy,
yeah,
here we go again.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. They're now definitely regretting. Last week it wasn't they regretting. Now they're definitely regretting signing this decision.
You see how they say the NFL is a week to week league. Off the field, it's a week to week league as well.
100%. They regret the decision of letting Sam Darnold go, definitely, because this is just. You can have all the talent in the world. If you can't stay on the field, you're useless. That's the problem.
The Vikings can still finish with a winning record. They're 7-8 right now.
My goodness, who they got? Who their last 2 games though? They got the Packers, as we discussed, and
I feel like saying the Lions. I might be. They got the Lions. They're both home games, Lions and Packers.
Okay, I see them losing.
And we know they can shut them both down defensively.
They can do, but offensively, who's their quarterback? Brosma.
That's the question. Because remember, they've gone into Detroit this season and won.
Yeah.
Was that with Carson Wentz as well?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, obviously it's Brosma at the moment. We don't know if JJ McCarthy is going to play the next game, but...
Yeah, man. I know, man. I don't know, man. My fear is that because they're as we speak about most weeks, they're the highest paid or one of the highest paid teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to start letting some major key pieces going because I know they were all in on, from last year, they were all in on it. Now, this year, you're just like, it's not working out. So I feel like
maybe you were saying for the Cowboys, maybe the Cowboys can ask the Vikings for some defensive players and get some draft picks.
They could do. They need to get money off the books.
Yeah.
They need to. And their defense is their strongest side of their team right now.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, do you want to break that up knowing that you're a quarterback away? Because they probably are a quarterback away.
Well, they've got very good offensive talent.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's there waiting to leave Cincinnati.
All right. Since you mentioned him, I was going to gloss over this one, but the Bengals, they demolished the Dolphins once. Obviously, Tua got dropped. He's dropped for the rest of the season. Quinn Ewers threw a couple interceptions, but the Bengals and Burrow, they had a great game. But it's a little too late. And I feel like a lot of changes will be made for both teams in the offseason.
Yes, I agree. The Bengals, I don't know what they're going to change, but they're going to change a lot. I feel like the head coach might go.
I thought that as well. Then I saw today that apparently he's staying.
Okay.
Like the rumor mill is that Zach Taylor will be fine.
So Zach Taylor's going to be fine. I don't know what they're going to make changes or what they're going to make changes to because
they sacked Lou Anamu, however you say his name. Sorry, they sacked him in the summer. Obviously, he went to the Colts and they were doing good to start the season. So, like you said, what are you going to do? Because it looks like they're going to lose Trey Hendrickson as well.
That's definitely happening. He's not even been fit the last couple of weeks. We know how the Bengals organization are. They ain't paying him what he wants. He's going somewhere else. So He's going to be moving on. Your defense is bad. It's about to get worse, and you have no money to pay anyone else anyway to come and help you out. So, and Cincinnati's not an attractive market. As much as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins are there, they're there because, by and large, they got drafted there.
Yeah, literally.
What I mean, and they got paid there. They're not enticing free agents to come and join them. Do you get what I mean? Especially not on the defense, because you looked at the division, you're looking at things like, bro, you got the Ravens, you got the Browns, you got the Steelers. The Steelers are always a good team. The Ravens are always a good team. The Browns, we know what they are. And then you have you guys.
I think for the Bengals, for them, it's just to draft. They have to draft great.
But they don't do that on the defensive side. They do that on offensive.
No, it's true.
Defensively, they don't draft well. So they're going to be in problems come next year. Again, I don't think things will change with them. The Dolphins, similar.
Maybe this is why Joe Burrow, his press conferences of recent, is probably just foreseeing the future, and like the reality is really sinking.
Yeah,
in that sense.
Yeah. And the Dolphins, similar, bro. They're gonna have to get to his contract.
Yes.
Like, there's just gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of dead cat money just sitting in a lot of teams. So it's gonna be hard for them to even make moves, because what do you do when you have a $50 million quarterback that's still on the roster next year and you don't want him? You play your rookie?
I think I saw the way they can get rid of him this summer where they don't take a hit is if they get rid of Tyreek Hill. I can't remember as to the workings out of how, but they have to get rid of Tyreek Hill for them to get rid of Tua, where they don't take a hit. Like, they'll still take like a bit of a hit, but it won't be a major hit.
Right. And I think they will get rid of Tyreek Hill, but I also sit there and go, who's signing Tua?
The thing, who's gonna pay one? That's a great question. And then two, on Tyreek Hill, who's gonna pay to pay him that much money coming off his injury at his age?
Yeah, that's the thing. To not play, basically, because we don't know when he's gonna be healthy.
Yeah.
Like, so they got a lot of questions to be answered. And they got
definitely keep the head coach though.
Yes, that's one thing I think they should keep, because of I believe actually he changed the culture and changed things to fit Tua, not the style that he wanted to play, and we can kind of see that he changed it to like a run first kind of offense now. And I feel that's what he was
worked with them, with Ajan leading the way.
Yeah, so yeah, man. As I said, dysfunctional franchises that haven't won much always seem to end up in the same places.
The two of them. And I think the Dolphins have the longest streak in the NFL of not winning a playoff game.
Yeah, they get there, but they usually have to go something cold.
Over 25 years or something. Just yes, not good. Another quick game to Saints. They're on is it 3-game win streak now with your boy Tyler Shaw?
Yeah, they beat the Panthers, the Bucks, and now beat the Jets.
Yeah, and they made pretty light work of the Jets, like once in the second half, I should say. But Tyler Shaw, he might be a starter next season.
I think he's going to be their starter next season, 100%. I feel like, when you come into the NFL at that age, you've had enough experience, and kind of your mind is kind of seen a lot. Do you get what I mean? You're 26 coming into the NFL. Most rookies are coming in at 20. You've done life to an extent. Do you get what I mean?
Man said he's done a sentence.
Yeah, you've done some form of life. So, you're more mature, more level-headed. It's more like drafting in Kurt Warner, for instance. You get what I mean? It's similar to that, not talent level, but it's similar to having that type of player come in. It's not going to make the silly rookie mistakes as we know young rookies to make.
Yeah. So, no, it's like once he got this the cobwebs of his first couple games, even though he was new into the NFL, the cobwebs of his age, he's been really good. Bro, man, he threw the ball 49 times this game, like 32 times completed, but 49 times is a lot in general. And over 300 yards, like, he's a big guy as well. He's about 6'5", like, he's got a big arm.
Yep.
The talent is, like, if him him and Olave, they look really good this game. If they can build on that, um, obviously they're another one with the last couple of years. The cap's kind of bitten them with how they paid people last couple of years. But if they can draft well and come back around slowly in that division, where
Yeah. There's always a possibility in that division.
yeah, no, you're not
Always.
wrong. And we're gonna stick to that division because your Panthers beat the Bucks.
Yes, we did.
What an ending! Another
Yes, we
another
did.
tight game. But you guys at home, you're a serious outfit. And I think I saw I think Greg Jennings said when you guys wear the black uniform, you guys don't lose at
Yep.
home. The only game you've lost in the black uni is the Chiefs one last season, and that game was very close. And you guys were very good as well, actually.
Yeah. I feel like it will, do you know what? Divisional games are always going to be in some aspect super tight, super close. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we had the game on our hands before we gave the ball back to the Bucks to even have their drive to kind of tie the game at that point. Do you get what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, tie the game. They could have won it. And seeing Baker Mayfield go down when we gave the ball back, I said we might lose this because I've seen Baker Mayfield on these drives. This
Yeah.
whole I sat there and said, this is going to be a problem. And as he's driving down the field, I'm seeing him go for the first down run. He's running like 35 yards. I sat there and went, oh no. And I'm watching the clock. You know, when I'm really watching the clock, like, okay, cool
Mm.
time. You're too slow. And then, and then I'm just wondering, I'm just waiting and I'm thinking, we just give us one, Baker, give us one. And he steps up in the pocket, kind of a scramble drill. Mike Evans is obviously still on his mind in the scramble drill. Mike Evans, and you can see what Baker sees. Baker throws it where Mike Evans probably should be.
Should have
But
been,
Mike
yeah.
Evans turns his back and goes to the right, and the ball is going. He already left his hands, and
Yeah.
it's quarterback right there. Thank you very much. Game over. And we will see you in a few weeks' time. But before we see you in a few weeks' time, we'll be a playoff team. So don't worry about that.
Whoa, that means you're obviously predicting your team to beat the Seahawks in
Yes.
Carolina. Because right now, the Panthers, even though they're leading the division, have a 42% chance of making the playoffs, and the Bucks have a 58% chance.
They're just going, they're just, just giving out bias, it's all right. We
I
always
think it's because of your schedule, though. Because you've got the Seahawks, then you're going to Tampa Bay, whereas the Bucks are going to Miami next week.
That's okay. That's okay. The Bucks haven't shown anyone anything in the past
They
3
haven't, to be fair.
to believe in them. They got their receivers back, and they were what? They've been worse. So,
Yeah.
like,
it's like Baker can't throw the ball downfield at the moment.
he had the shoulder, but I know it's the other shoulder. It's not his throwing shoulder.
Yeah.
But I feel like everything's just playing a part into. I feel like he had to do so much at the start of the season that it's now like, oh, I don't have to do so much now, but I'm still trying to do so much, and it's causing the mistakes to come. So I feel like on that front. But the Panthers, we're there. I'm not celebrating this week, so I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the Bucks. I'm giving the Bucks their nonsense. I'm not giving them praise, but don't worry. Next week, that will be us.
I still think that game's going down to the winner takes all, the final game in Tampa Bay.
No, it could do. It could do. But I'm also going to pick the Dolphins. The Dolphins need to come with something.
Yeah. This team that you've been on their case, to be fair, it's true.
I'll be real. I ain't picking the Dolphins. I'm just hoping they win.
Yeah, no, I hear it still. I hear it. You better pray Matt McDaniel to draw some form of a run game that where Devontae Chan can cook. The Bills winning a tight one in Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland, yeah, we spoke about it again and again, and we're not going to dwell on it, but just the whole, I'm even shouting for some reason, just the whole decision making of everyone involved in that team, from players to coaching staff to management, owner, everything. Like the decision making in Cleveland stems from the whole organization. I don't understand it. A competent team would have beat the Bills with that performance.
Yep. Yep.
Like I don't know. Like obviously Shador didn't have the best of games. tipped interception, then another one went. But obviously, he's got a destroyed O-line playing with backups. Just a decision maker. I'm not even going to dwell on the Browns. The Bills, James Cook game. We know when James Cook gets over 100 yards, they generally win. He's been their MVP. And if Jonathan Taylor doesn't rush for a decent amount, James Cook is now the number one rusher in the NFL. He's number one as it stands, but we've got the Colts playing tonight. But yeah.
Yeah, man. The Browns are just. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe the Browns. They're a terrible organization. I don't even want to speak about them. They're so bad. It's to the point where I'm watching for Shador. I'm watching for Myles Garrett. Shador started the game well. He was 8 for 8, but I'm almost like, you have no one really to throw to. Everyone knows you want to go to Harold Fanning because you don't trust Judy. No one really does.
And then Judkins got. Did he break his leg?
Yeah, ankle, like fibula and dislocated. Yeah. Then Judkins got injured, so you have. But the run game's been bad anyway. Like Shador was a leading rusher, and Shador's not known as a rushing quarterback or a running quarterback. How was he your leading rusher? And this was before Judkins went out. So I was like, bro, if he's your leading rusher and your O-line is destroyed, what hope do you have? And as you said, a competent team beats that Bills team on that day, which they probably have done. But there's some decision making, 4th and 2. You go for it on 4th and 2. Yes, you do. The only thing is, the play call is just madness. Or the O-line can't protect you for more than half a second. So as soon as the ball comes out.
Bro, it's like the ref blew his whistle, and then the next second, Shador was getting sacked. I was like, did I press fast forward or something?
Bro, you sit there and you go, what am I watching here? So I've seen some breakdowns today as well, and a lot of the analysts have actually said it's actually not Shador's fault. He's played he doesn't even have time to see what he wants to see. It's like throw of instinct, and then but hey, we know what the Browns are. I don't know what their plan is for next season. I don't know if they're thinking that they're going to take Shador into next season as a starter, if they're going to give him reps, if they're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. But I don't know how they can have another quarterback on the roster, because that means you have 4 again. You still have one that's paid $40 million. You have your third round pick, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanderson. What do you do?
My man should be coming back in the offseason. Deshaun, I haven't forgot his name.
But he's fit. He's fit. Well, he's fit to play now, but obviously he's on the pup list, in it, so he can't play.
Yeah.
So that's my issue is with them is they don't know what they're doing. So how do they want anyone else to know what they're doing? And they don't know who the head coach is going to be, because they don't know if Stefan's going to be the head coach. Yeah, man. Dysfunctional franchise. The Bills, as you said, James Cook game. And when James Cook has a game like this.
I think this is the second game, at least the second game this season, where Cook's had more total yards than Josh Allen. No, sorry. He had more scrimmage yards than Josh Allen had more passing yards.
Right.
So, James Cook game.
James Cook game, it happens.
When they're 10-1 when he rushes for over 100.
Yeah, because the only game they lost was the Texans game, was it?
You might be right.
I remember us talking about it, because we were like, this is the first game they've lost since 100 yards.
But yeah, Allen weren't bad at all. He doesn't have to do much. Nah. And this is why he's not close to Stafford for me in the MVP. And he hasn't been, because Allen's had so many. I think Allen's had 5 or 6 games throwing for under 200 yards this season. He's had a few throwing for under 150, if I'm not mistaken. And it's not turnover games. It's just that credit to Joe. This is where I give Joe Brady credit as well, the offensive coordinator. He's scheming for different games has been so effective, and it's now shown how good James Cook is. Obviously, they were deliberate in paying him in the summer and made the great decision, because he's on 15 plus 100 yards. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought?
Only us guys from England, they've been saying it for the last year and a half. But hey, the Bill fans and the ESPN don't really agree.
Like we've been saying, James Cook, he's been cooking. And Dej, our other co-host, Bills fan, he's one of the few honest ones. He knows that James Cook's been cooking. And again, defense. That defense, they might give up a lot of points at times, a lot of plays, especially Russian plays this season, but they didn't against the Browns. That defense, they get turnovers. Very opportunistic. I've been saying it for a while. Like the Bills defense, even though they might not seem as good as they've been the last couple years, they make time. Like they're one of the best teams at making timely plays. And I feel like that's an underrated art, an underrated talent. Because they've been like this for years, even when they had a great defense for me. And then last season, like they can give up a lot of points, they can be in high scoring games, but when they need to, that Buffalo's Bills defense, they will make a play. They will create a turnover. And then boom, their offense can just do the rest. So again, like credit to them for winning. They've been performing well. They're a team that a lot of teams aren't going to want to face in the offseason, obviously having the current best quarterback in the game in Josh Allen. So yeah, they'll be a scary sight for a lot of teams. I told you the Titans were going to beat my Chiefs, bruv. I told you. The Chiefs had so many starters out, and then back-to-back weeks they've had a quarterback that's done his ACL because Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Do you know what? I just thought to myself that, the Chiefs would be somewhat of the Chiefs, but now you see how much it's Patrick Mahomes led offense.
Bro, even before Gardner Minshew got injured, we're like, the offense was not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Zilch from nowhere. But hey, Jacob, I tweeted yesterday, yeah. Do you know how fun it was to watch the NFL when your team's not in playoff contention? Like, I've not felt that relaxed in yonks. Yes. Like, I enjoyed every game. I enjoyed everything without, even if when the Chiefs are on a bye, I'm still stressing about positioning. Like, I knew my team went in it, and I was like, I can watch us lose a piece. And we can tank. I can't believe I'm saying it. But we can maybe get a top 10 draft pick. Because we were top 15 last week. Hey, right now, we got last 2 games. I know we got Broncos Christmas Day. They're going to need that game. So they're going to come Arrowhead and beat us. And then Raiders, they're going to want to prove a point. They're getting in some form, even though I think they're number 1 for a draft pick right now. Hey, Jacob, we might get a top 8 draft pick.
Oh my goodness gracious me. See, I tell you, this is why you start supporting other teams' players. That's why I started supporting Lamar Jackson, because if your team is bad, you have no one to support.
No, it's a one-off issue, yeah. But like, it's also a good opportunity, especially if Mahomes comes back for week 1 next season or beginning of the season. If they like, Nick Wright's been saying a good thing. They should prepare this offseason as if Mahomes isn't coming back. So they're gonna get a great, like, very good running back in the draft, for instance. Pass rusher, because those are the two main things. Like, one, the Chiefs don't get to the quarterback enough, and 2, Mahomes has never had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, that's the main position.
Like,
you guys,
you can now get a very good running back that can take off a lot of pressure of them, then, well, hey, let's lose the next 2 weeks.
You're playing for nothing. You're playing for a draft pick, so you kind of want to not be in a position to. You actually want to lose. It sounds mad.
The Chiefs ain't even deliberately tanking because they've got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I just question: do you think Travis Kelce's coming back?
Do you know what? The last couple, most of the season, I thought this was his last season. And then I think when Mahomes got injured, I just thought he might give it another go, innit? But then people, I can't remember who I was listening to, made a good point saying, like, for instance, if Mahomes, it might have been Kevin Wilds, if Mahomes isn't fit for next season, Kelce retires, then unretire for 1 year, come back, basically like what Gronk did.
Yeah.
and another tight end's done it as well.
Yeah, retire basically under contract still, so they still have your trading rights and that sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
then basically come back when Kelsey's. That would make sense because sometimes a year off just to get your body right.
And we saw how good Gronk was when he in big plays for
Yeah,
Brady that season. So I think, bro, Travis Kelsey's still he's top 3 to 5 in tight end stats this season. I think he's top 3 in terms of receiving yards.
yeah.
First tight end in NFL history with 12 straight seasons of 800 plus yards.
I think that he is top two he's top two tight ends of all time anyway. Do you know what I mean? They like to give it to Gronkowski just because of all of what he's done, but and him and all round. I'm talking about blocking game and that sort of stuff, and in the
Yeah,
pass and in the run game. But I feel like as a receiving tight end, there's no one better. There's been
yeah.
no than Travis Kelsey, and off of what he can do and how key he is, I feel like he's the greatest. But you know, that's me.
Do you think he'll retire though?
I was thinking he would, but I don't think he will anymore.
Mm.
I feel like he came back to go out on a high, and this is too much of a low to go out on. Do you get what I mean?
If it were just like a playoff exit, then maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he can't go out like missing the playoffs completely. Mahomes damaging his knee, him kind of not being up to par. I do feel like he could take a year off though, but I don't feel like or like a Graham similar at the Eagles, like that sort of thing. He could take some time off and go, nah, I'm coming back now. I could see that happen, or a Darren or a Waller type situation. Go get life sorted. He's probably planning to get married to Taylor Swift, wants all this sort of stuff, get all that stuff sorted, and then boom, come back into it.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
It's true. But it'll be interesting. But again, Chiefs, a lot of decisions to be made this season. Team in that division, and this is probably the win of the week, and maybe just the win of the NFL season. The Jags winning at the Broncos. Brother, Trevor Lawrence, he was my guy, and then he wasn't my guy. He's my guy again. Because bloody hell, what a performance! That in last 2 games, he's got 10 touchdowns, no turnovers, and just the way I think he got sacked 5 times, but the way he played against that defense in general, the Jags, Liam Cohen, bro. These coaches, they're changing these players. They're changing these organizations. Because my gosh, I thought no, the Broncos are gonna come and do it. They're gonna do their comeback again. We've seen it enough this season. But the Jags defense said, "Don't go anywhere." What a win!
The Jags are for real, and they can still win the AFC.
Yeah, they can.
So I probably put more faith in them to win the AFC right now than the Broncos. We've always been saying about the Broncos, we've kind of been wary about, as we said last week, they were the number 1 team in the NFL because we're seeing what they're doing. But this week, but we were wary of what Bo Nix puts out on film because we don't trust him. We trust their defense, but then Bo Nix kind of swayed us around. I just like the Jags a lot. I feel like they've got weapons everywhere. We know they went all in this year anyway. Like we knew at the point where they went all in, where they made certain trades and this sort of stuff. Obviously lost Travis Hunter, but if they can push to a point where they can get Travis Hunter back, maybe for just, if they get there, the Super Bowl, then do you get what I mean?
I think he's still ruled out, if I'm not mistaken. Someone asked, but
Joe,
yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, NFL.
I hear it. Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, with how good the Jags were. Brian Thomas Jr. had a quiet game.
Yes.
I think he had 2 receivers, 3 targets, only 2 catches, but it was bloody Parker Washington.
That's his name. He was even doing the Shador wrist.
Bro,
yeah.
Went 6 receptions for 145 yards. Do you know what? Yeah, them trading for Jacoby Myers has helped their offense a lot as well,
Yep. But I told you, they made trades to win now.
But it's when they traded for Jacoby Myers, people they didn't talk about it. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're not wrong. but it is Trey's to win now, and I feel like they're in the perfect position in the way the AFC shaped up this year, where you now are most likely to have. You don't have Joe Burrow. You don't have Patrick Mahomes. You're probably not having Lamar Jackson in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. You got the Bills. So you got Drake May and Josh Allen, and Drake May's not proven. So you got Josh Allen to go through.
Right now, as it stands, the Jags they'll host the Buffalo Bills.
First game.
Yeah.
See? And you know what? I'll take the Jags. I will take the Jags in that game. Trevor Lawrence has been a good player performer.
He's actually been all right in the playoffs. Like he actually has. Whereas that if it was the Chargers versus the Bills,
I'm taking the Bills all day because
yeah,
even Justin Herbert. But I'll take the Jags. I literally like them. I like the way they play, and I like to see what Trevor Lawrence is paid for like this for a reason. And what he's doing now is the number 1 overall pick that got selected. So I like him. I like the Jags a lot. Liam Cohen, their whole team, offense, defense. When they beat the Chiefs early in the season, before it was a fluke, but now we can run and truly see that it wasn't.
Yeah,
and the Broncos, they'll be there, but off game. I say off game because they're not used to even giving up that many points. So
I think obviously they were on a 11-game win streak, and they'd won 12 straight at home. So for like the Jags to go into Mile High and win the way they did, and I think the Jags finish off their season. Then next week they're away to the Colts, then they're at home to the Titans, the final game. So depending obviously on how seeding is, that final game against the Titans, if they're just locked into the third seed, for instance, they might just rest starters.
yeah,
But then that game could be for the overall 1 seed, depending if both the Patriots and Broncos lose a game.
right, which is possibly possible.
Yeah, Broncos got what? Chiefs, Chargers, Patriots got. Obviously, we haven't spoke about them yet, but Patriots have. I see Jets on their schedule.
Oh, they have the easy schedule anyway, innit?
Yeah, they've got Jets, Dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe not.
So, obviously, we'll come to the Patriots soon, but they could get the 1 seed. But yeah, just what the Jags did, like the way Trevor Lawrence handled the pressure, like the sacks weren't an issue. Even when did you see when he got absolutely taken out when the dead ball?
Dead ball there in the
I
back.
thought shit, he's out the game because that was like when you're not expecting it, when your body stopped. Those ones are even worse because you're not tense, nothing.
Yeah,
and I was like, boy, but Trev.
Do you know what though? I think for the Broncos, it was the right time to lose. If you're going to lose a game, lose it now. Just because you have to not lose for that length of time. You don't want to probably go into the playoffs with the pressure of, oh, we haven't lost now 14 games or 13 games in a row. And now we're going to our first playoff game to go 14. Then the next one, 15. Then the next one could be the Super Bowl, 16. I feel like you don't have to lose, but the one loss in there, like the Chiefs had last year, the one loss can be the one where, okay, cool, we lost the game, cool, that's done. There's no pressure on our back. We've lost already. Let's go and win the Super. Let's go and get to the Super Bowl. So I feel like that one loss is key to like maybe helping them.
And you could agree with you. You could say the same for them mirroring the Patriots. The Patriots losing to the Bills and then coming back the way they did in the Ravens game. Both of these losses could be beneficial for both of these teams. Because just dealing with it's not big adversity, but it's some form of adversity within the season. Because again, they've both been on crazy win streaks, 10 and 11 win streaks. So it could be good losses for them. And they're like the teams in the NFC, the top teams in the NFC that we've spoken about. There's not much similarities, but they're still great teams. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be an interesting one. But again, the Jags, that was a hell of a win. Probably the best win of the NFL season for me. It's definitely up there. And yeah, like you're saying, we've said Trevor's natural ability, his natural talent he can run as well. When this season he's finally started using his legs effectively, and he's quick. And like you said, the Jags that building a squad. So hey, hell of a win. Quick one. Do you know what? This Cardinals Falcons game, Jacob, is just about Bijan Robinson for me. He's unreal. I think he's got over 2,000 scrimmage yards now.
Yeah. One of the top 10 players in football.
Bro, he's jink. I'm like, are you gonna hurt your knees in that, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's doing leg breakers, and I'm like, bro, are you gonna touch wood? Nothing happens to him. But Bijan, my gosh, like that was unreal. I think he had nearly 170 total yards yesterday. But
yeah, man, offense runs around him.
Yeah, literally that. And I think the Falcons, they've got weapons, but I don't understand this team. I don't get them. And we've seen them beat good teams and do a good job doing it. And then I just don't get them. But
yeah.
This one way tighter than expected. Texans Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders actually put up a fight. Like really, really put up a fight. So I felt like, you know what? I felt like the Raiders were always going to lose the game, but I didn't realize how close it would be.
Same.
The Texans obviously eventually got the win, which is the main thing. I don't think it's a game that they probably want to go back and look at. But I feel like it's just about the win at this stage of the season. Their defense played well enough to get the win. I felt like it's more of a defensive game than an offensive game. In the coming weeks, their offense needs to step up though, because we know what the defense is.
Agreed. 7 straight wins for the Texans. But Genti even going over 100 yards, 128, and then receiving only one, actually, that touchdown for 60.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, the flip side is the offense weren't that great for the Texans. And this is my slight worry with them. Like, CJ's looked fairly good the last couple of weeks, but then this weekend's performance was just kind of how he's been throughout the last year and a half, near enough. Like, he didn't, not that turn the ball over or anything, but like he threw 35 times and still had less than 200 yards. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
against the Raiders as well.
I think when you have that defense and you're playing against the Raiders, I think you're playing down to competition for some aspects of the game. And, you know, if anything, the defense scored a touchdown, bro. The defense kind of had keeping them in the game for a period of time because the Raiders went up. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. Stingley.
Yeah.
I think that was Stingley's first touchdown.
Oh, okay. It's impressive. Because for such a series, I think he's the best corner in football.
He's up there. He's up. Pat Surtain.
Yeah, but Pat Surtain's been hurt. Well, so has Stingley. But
Stingley's definitely, because I think Acho tweeted it and I had to say, what about Pat Surtain, bro? So, but Stingley's unreal. And Lassiter, the other cornerback, so good as well. Yeah, now you say it, because they had that. Yeah, that means the Texans, they scored what? 16 points on offense. Jeez.
Against the Raiders.
Yeah, slightly concerning. But again, they're the team no team wants to face in the AFC in the playoffs.
Nope.
Literally, I don't think any team wants to play them because if their offense is good, they're winning the game. They don't have to be great.
You don't want to see that defense. You don't want to see that.
Their offense just has to be fairly good to good, and they've won the game. So with the way their defense is playing. Detroit Lions losing at home to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, since he's called out his team, right or wrong, it was wrong, in the context of it, mate, they're on a win streak.
They are. The vets. Very odd win streak, but they are.
The vets are coming through. The coach, Rodgers, the old defensive guys, like, they're missing 2 great defensive players in TJ Watt and what's the other guy's name? Is Wig, something Wig in his surname. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, they've been good. Like, their defense has actually been fairly good.
They have been.
In terms of the points, Jared Goff still threw for a lot of yards, but yeah.
The game was interesting though. like real interesting because when I was watching, I was like, Detroit don't look like Detroit. I felt like Dan Campbell, I know you're living and dying by the fourth down, but if you just kicked points earlier, you would have won the game.
I mean,
Because,
you said this like a month ago as well.
bro, it gets to the point where sometimes let's just win the game. It's no need for style points, and I feel like it gets to style points. Um, and the game in general was weird. The Detroit Lions, again, their defense can't stop anybody. Like no one. The run game, it felt like I watched the same touchdown 2 or 3 times every time that the Steelers scored. I was like, this is just madness.
Mhm.
Even the one basically on just a throw up there to can't remember the guy's name, it caught it on the floor. Great catch. Um
Uh, Gainwell.
yes. Was it Kenneth Gainwell? He had a
Yeah,
game. He had a
I
game, by the
think
way.
I think that might be the catch of the season.
Yes, because there's a touchdown as well. But the
Yeah.
fact Lions, no one touches him, and it's the end of the second half. It's the end of the first half. They have no touch. They have no timeouts left. You're like, bro, touch the brother. The game is over because they're not getting down the field in time.
Hmm.
So the Lions just defense is terrible. Their offense sparked up in the last quarter. That's really when they came alive. They got momentum when the Steelers missed the field goal. And then you come down to the last plays of the game, which is where it all really came down to. And for me, refs, keep your flags in your pockets. Just because you're like offensive PI on two touchdowns. The first one, I don't think it's PI. The second one, yes. The one on Amon St. Brown, when he's pushed off of Jalen Ramsey, that's PI. The first one, we see that play every single week.
Was that for the Steelers, weren't it?
It was offensive PI on the Lions.
I can't remember that play.
The Lions had the 2 PI calls.
I remember obviously the last play because I feel like the Steelers had one in the game as well. Because I think in Aaron Rodgers post match he mentioned it.
He said it wasn't offensive PI. He literally said it wasn't offensive PI, but just grumbles. So the Lions haven't been the Lions this year, and I guess like all the top teams that we thought were going to be the top teams haven't been what they're going to be. So it's one of
But
them seasons.
you see with the Lions, yeah, their offense obviously as much points that they put up because they still put up points for fun. If you stop their run game, because the last couple of weeks their run game hasn't done well. Like Goff's put up numbers, but surprisingly, I feel like this is back-to-back games or maybe 3 in a row where Gibbs it's near enough a no-show. Like they've literally stopped. Like in this game, Gibbs had 2 yards and Montgomery had 14.
They're selling out to stop the run. Teams are selling out to stop the run. All ends
Like,
up Jared Goff try and beat us, and it
and
seems like
it's
it's
working.
working. Yeah, it seems like what works because if he doesn't get running, then there's no like play action. There's nothing they can do. It's like okay, cool. Well, we know what St. Brown's running. You don't really like throwing the ball to Jameson Williams, even though you should throw it to him more. So we're kind of just keyed on one person. Then if you want to throw it to Jameer Gibbs at the backfield, then yeah, cool, you can. And he can get head of steam and he can get moving. But everything stems off the run. And if you guys can't get the run going, we can kind of stuff you and keep you in the pocket. And if the Steelers can do it, who we know can have bad games and haven't been great, then anyone can.
Well, the Steelers, yeah, the way I can't even say started to click. My thing is their team you away or on the road, they're the team you probably want to face in the AFC. But then the flip side is if all the old heads just can just have one great final run, they're the team you don't want to face.
Yeah.
Because the old heads on their teams are Super Bowl winners, are used to winning. Like even the ones that haven't won a Super Bowl, they're just used to winning as well. And their head coach, again, another winning season, Super Bowl champion. Like if Aaron Rodgers can just click in that 3-4 game run in the playoffs, if they were to play that far, and their defense, who we anticipated to be good, if TJ Watt comes back in the postseason, and like J Rams playing, like if everyone just clicked in that, you could say this for any team, but them especially because they've got the players that have been there and done it.
Yep, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's possible. It's possible. Not probable, but possible.
Yeah, and the run games, bro. Jalen Warren 242-yard touchdowns.
Yes.
Teaming up with Gainwell, bro. They're saying Gainwell is the best receiving running back. They call him a wide receiver, a running back, and that catch, mate.
Yeah.
Gainwell, he was unreal, bruv.
They look good. They look good, and I think they're going to win the AFC North. Going off what they got the Browns, they got the Ravens. If they lose to the Browns, then Then they got the Ravens, and if the Ravens have to then beat them to win out, I don't see it happening. But
Yeah. Speaking of the Ravens, final game. Oh, John Harbaugh or whoever, brother. Why did Derrick Henry not touch the ball for 12 minutes in the fourth quarter? The final 12 minutes and 15 seconds.
brother, I need to know the same information that you just asked me because I am very sure I was watching the game and they were up 11. I'm very sure they were up 11. Do you not want to burn some time off the clock?
Bro,
do you not do the run?
I obviously he had the fumble earlier in the game, but he then had. I mean, once he scored that touchdown, he did touch the ball again. The second touchdown.
Well, I don't know. The Ravens are the most.
We know the Patriots. Their weakness has been they've been weak against the run. Derrick Henry had 18 for 128. That's seven a carry on. Like my hands in my head because I don't understand the Ravens game plan.
And it made less sense because you have Huntley in there now. You don't have Lamar in there. So why are you even bothering throwing the ball? Just run it even more. Yes, they know you're running the ball. Yes, the whole world knows you're running the ball. Run the ball.
I mean, like you said, kill time off the clock as well.
Exactly. If you're not going to do anything else, you're up 11. Your defense ain't stopping a cold, but yeah, we understand. Like, you can get some time off the clock to give your defense a chance. But hey ho, I don't know, man. The Ravens, the season done for them, in my opinion, anyway. Lamar hurt again. It's been one of like his kind of worst It's been his worst year of his career, I think, in every aspect. Yeah. Injuries, stuff going on within the organization. The fact they're probably going to finish with a losing record. They're just it's dysfunction all around. This version of the Ravens, like we said, this version of the Chiefs, done. This version of the Ravens can't win anything. I'll be honest with you. The defense, old. Roquan Smith, he was good when they traded for him, and that was the last year he was good. Marlon Humphrey, bro, I like him as a player, but I just don't. I think his legs are kind of gone. They've got good play. Kyle Hamilton, sensational. Wiggins, sensational. Like, you have great pieces. Like, Kyle Malloy's still playing like a top player. Do you get what I mean? But the people around him aren't there. Madubuike out with his neck injury that we probably think is going to be keeping him out for forever. So, yeah, man.
They're missing him badly, but even then, they still needed more.
Yeah, I don't know. They can't get any pressure on opposing team quarterbacks. So, like you saw, Drake May had all day to throw, and when he didn't have all day to throw,
Drake May was just patting the ball, bro.
Exactly, just chilling. And then it was killing them was those crossing routes. You would see all of them. I was going to single out every single receiver for the Patriots.
Booty, the Titans, Henry Hooper, and then he's the quick receiver, Williams. He's the one that burned Humphreys. And the thing, Humphreys actually done a great job covering him. It's just the age part come into it there.
Great throw. Great throw
by Drake May.
So the Ravens just, I don't know, man. I think it's time for a change for the whole organization. Do I think that's going to happen?
To you, so yeah, continue.
Do I think that's going to happen? No. I don't think anything's going to change. I feel like they're stuck in their ways now, and I think they're going to change players. But John Harbaugh's still going to be there.
You think?
Yeah.
Him and I just don't think. I think Lamar needs a new voice to listen to.
Lamar might need a new damn team to be on.
Yeah, I mean, I said it in my United chat to the Ravens fans, but me and you, I said it today to them, and me and you had said it, and we said it at the time, and we've said it again that he should have gone to Atlanta when he hadn't signed that contract with the Ravens, but
Atlanta
obviously
can still use him right now.
it's too late now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Patriots are the Patriots. They kind of, as we said earlier in the episode, they bounced back from their loss against the Bills. A much needed win for them. It kind of like was the win that said, okay, cool. You can go into opposing teams' builders that are meant to be good. Ravens, M&T Bank on a Sunday night is never going to be an easy game, regardless of who's a quarterback and who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You went in there, you won the game, you proved to the world that, yeah, you can go on the road and win games. So I feel like for them, it was a good test, and for the bounce back ability they've got. So I trust them going into playoffs as well. They'll be a good tag.
No, there will be a good team. And yeah, like you said, for the Ravens, their season, it's a big off season for them because we said the Chiefs one's big. The Chiefs one's big because things have just caught up with them. The Ravens one's big because it's just bad decision making. Sometimes bad play. Bro, Zay Flowers has more fumbles than touchdowns. I saw, like, too much key turnovers. The guys aren't locked in enough. Everything and year after year, beginning of the season, just before it starts, the Ravens have the best roster in the NFL.
That's why I said to them, people stop saying what people have done in the past.
Yeah,
because
man.
A lot of these people have done these things in the past off the back of the fact their quarterback being Lamar Jackson. Like
he's papered over a lot of crap in that organization. Not even just like the offense, just the organization in general.
Because when the offensive line and that sort of stuff are getting Pro Bowlers, I'm looking saying, how? Linderbaum? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone else? No. Anyone else? No, bro. They don't make sense. And Ricard, it makes sense because he's like the only fullback in the NFL.
Bro, well, when they do the player things at the beginning and he's ranked number 1 out of 10, I'm like, who's the other fullbacks? I only know him and the 49ers fullback.
Juszczyk.
Yeah. I don't know anyone else. When they did the rankings, I'm like, bro, just put Ricardo and Juszczyk. Just do 1 out of 2 instead of 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's why you know teams don't have it, because there's only 10 on this rankings.
In the whole league. So, yeah, man. It's, as you said, huge off season for the Ravens. I don't know what they want to do. If they manage to get into the playoffs, hey, all the best.
Even then, I think any team should be happy that they're facing them first.
100%. It'll be one and done, regardless of who the quarterback is. And
big off season for all of them. Like, it's a look in the mirror thing for quite a lot of players in the Ravens organization. So, boy, what a week though! Bloody hell! I genuinely, before looking at the scheduled games, like after the Seahawks Rams, I was like, oh, there's not too many exciting-ish games. And whilst watching the games, I thought, bro, it's one of the best Sundays this season, or best week of games, because again, kicked off from the Thursday night game, great Saturday night game, then some very good Sunday games. So yeah, it's where it gave it just before Christmas. We got some gifts. Yes, Christmas Day, they're pissed with the schedule.
Yeah, the games are useless now. They're like 43. They should try
Commanders, Cowboys.
Useless.
Commanders, Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Vikings, Detroit?
Yeah, it could be. It is a useless game.
And then obviously they're both still, well, I say both still playing for something. And then Broncos, Chiefs, like
it's like they thought that people would be intrigued because all these teams should be in contention, realizing that, bro, 3 of the 6 are gone already.
Yeah. It's not good. The NBA might win on Christmas Day. They're not going to, but they might close the gap. So, but yeah, week 16, that is a wrap. Hell of a week. And yeah, more teams being eliminated, but more teams clinching playoff spots. And then some teams, we know it's going down to the wire. Thank you all for listening, tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Like and subscribe.
get me. Like what he said. Hit those buttons. Spam us with the comments. Good, bad. You know we're gonna reply. You know we love it. Joe, I am signing out.
Jacob, signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.